Hello, boys and girls. Today, we are going to read the fable, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Now, when I was a little girl and I was in elementary school, this was my favorite Aesop's fable. I was always shocked at the end, the very first time I heard it, when the little boy really needed help and he didn't get it. And it was a lesson that I have remembered all through life. So let's read today our fable, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Now, before we get started on fable, let's do our quick review. What genre is a fable? Fiction or nonfiction? It's fiction. So a genre is fiction. It's a make-believe story. And in a fable, there is always a lesson. And our word for that is a moral. So as we're reading our fable today, I want you to listen for what is the moral of the story. What does the character learn? Let's get going. So if you have your packet, you can take out your copy of The Boy Who Cried Wolf, and you can follow along and read along with me. Or you can click on the link through your Google Classroom, and you can see the story there. The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Every morning, a poor shepherd sent his son to watch over their sheep as they grazed. "Keep a close eye on our sheep," the shepherd would say. "And if you see a wolf, blow your horn and then shout as loudly as you can. The villagers will come running to help you." Day after day, the boy stood in the meadow, all alone. He had no one to talk to and no friends to play with. He yearned for excitement and began to wish a wolf would actually come. Toward the end of a particularly long day, the boy thought of a plan that struck him as great fun. First, he blew his horn, signaling that he needed help. Then he cried out in his loudest voice, "Wolf! Wolf!" 3 villagers ran to help him. They found no wolf, but thought the commotion may have scared the creature away. That night, the villagers fussed over the shepherd boy and credited him for saving the flock. The next day, the boy recalled his great adventure. He decided to try it again. This time, a villager had stayed nearby to protect both the boy and the sheep. It became clear that this was just a silly prank. A week later, a pack of hungry wolves emerged from the forest and began to snatch up the sheep. The terrified young shepherd blew his horn and yelled at the top of his voice, "Wolf! Wolf!" But this time, no one came to help the boy. The moral of our story is, always be honest. People who have been known to lie may not be believed, even when they are telling the truth. Now let's go back and let's talk about our fable. We say that usually fables have animals as their main character, but that's not so in this fable. Who are the main characters in the fable, The Boy Who Cried Wolf? I think we definitely know the boy is a main character. And I would also count the villagers as an important group of characters in our story. What was the problem at the beginning of the story? In the first paragraph, it tells us that the boy had to stay and he had to take care of the sheep. And then in the second paragraph, it tells us that he was all alone and had no one to talk to and no friends to play with. So what words would you use to describe what the problem is? Our character is all alone. He is lonely and he has nothing to do. He's bored. So what does he do? On that first day, he blows his horn and he tells everyone there's a wolf. Why does he do this? Well, he does this because he's bored and he's lonely and he wants to see what will happen. Did he like what happened? Oh, yeah. What happened when he blew his horn? All 3 villagers came to help him. And they didn't see a wolf, did they? But what did they think? They thought maybe them coming and all the commotion means all the noise, all the movement, scared the wolf away. Now, there's a word right here that I want you to pay attention to. Read this with me. It says, that night, the villagers fussed over the shepherd boy. Now, usually when we hear the word fuss, we think of arguing, don't we? People are fussing. But in this story, this has a completely different meaning. So when it says the villagers fussed over the shepherd, that means they made a really big deal about him. They probably talked about him. They praised him as a hero. And if someone was lifting you up and praising you as a hero and talking about the great thing you did, how would that make you feel? Make you feel very good, wouldn't it? And that's the way it made the shepherd boy feel. So then why did he blow the horn again the next day? It says he recalled his great adventure. He loved it. He loved the people coming and making a big deal about him. He wanted to see if it would happen again. And they came, but this time the villager stayed and watched. And he said, okay, something's going on here. There's not really a wolf at all. And he knew that the boy was playing a prank. Now, I wonder, boys and girls, when that villager went back into the town and he told everyone else what was really happening, how do you think that made the other villagers feel? If you knew that someone was taking something very serious, like a wolf getting in to eat their flock, and was making a joke about it, how would you feel? I think that the villagers were probably very angry. And so a week later, not just one wolf, it says a pack of wolves. We've talked about our nouns, and we know that when we have a lot of wolves, okay, we call them a pack. So a pack of wolves came, and this time, when the boy blew his horn and cried, wolf, wolf, what happened? I am pretty sure all the sheep were eaten. Oh, that's a horrible ending. But why did that happen? Why did the people not come? They didn't trust him. He had broke their trust. This story teaches us how it is so important to tell the truth and to be honest. If people get to know that you are a liar, you don't tell the truth, then there's going to be times you really are telling the truth and they're not going to believe you. So it is so important to always be honest and always tell the truth. Boys and girls, once you've broken someone's trust and they can't trust you anymore, it is very, very hard to get that trust back. Trust is a very special thing. And unfortunately, the character in our story, he learned that lesson a hard way. All right, I want you to log into your Google Classroom, and I want you to find the Google form. I'm going to have some questions that go along with our fable today. When you finish the Google form, make sure you hit send and you send it back to me so that I can see your responses. All right, I look forward to hearing back from you. And until tomorrow, let me get our screen back down. Until tomorrow, happy reading, enjoy your fables, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.